My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today I want to talk about an interesting thing because it's a question that comes from our viewing audience, and it has to do with whether or not a married person can be made to leave the home. The question basically comes verbatim: can my spouse throw me out of the house if we're still married? Well, there is a practical issue and a legal issue. Because the question comes to us as lawyers, we're going to tackle it from a legal standpoint. Legally, unless there's a court order that says otherwise, you're allowed to stay in your house. It doesn't matter if he or she wants you to leave, and it doesn't matter whether or not you're fighting or you're arguing or this or that. The house is yours too. Even if you filed for divorce or the other side filed for divorce, you'd still be allowed to stay in the marital home throughout the entire divorce. And that's when things are really bad, right? Throughout the entire divorce, unless the court orders otherwise. Similarly, if you guys are still married and somebody says, I want you to leave the house, you are simply not obligated to go. Now, there's a practical aspect of it too. Under certain circumstances, it may be advisable to take yourself out of a volatile situation and let things calm down a little bit. A lot of people do that. They want to preserve the domestic tranquility, so they're going to go to their parents or go to a relative or stay with a girlfriend or a buddy or whatever until such time as things die down. And there's, a certain logic in that. It's not a legal analysis, but it's more of a practical analysis. In other words, we're having a terrible fight. Either I'm going to leave or she's going to leave, so you leave, that's fine. Understand one thing. The court doesn't say that since you voluntarily left the house, you've abandoned your property interest. There's no such concept at this time in Michigan, so you don't have to worry about that. The question becomes if the parties are getting divorced and someone picks up and leaves, or the other way around. Somebody picks up and leaves and then someone files for divorce. Then you got an issue. You got an issue because if there's children involved, and you're going to try to make a play for custody of those kids, and yet you've left them there while you moved out, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to convince the court that they should consider you a custodial parent when you've gone and basically left the kids there, believing that there was no divorce, believing that the kids are okay with mom or dad in the house and you're leaving. So now if you want to say, well, I really want the kids, I think I'm the better parent, I think I provide a stable environment, I think I'm the better choice, you're going to have to answer a difficult question. And that is, if you're so stable and the other side is so problematic, why'd you leave the kids there? Why'd you pick up and go? Now, if you were able to say, I only went for a day or so, just until things calmed down and then I came back immediately, good answer. On the other hand, if you're gone for 6 months, and then she files, and now you claim you want to get custody, you're going to have a very difficult time in explaining to the court why you did that. Now, if she, for example, filed a request or filed a case against you for domestic violence, and while you're fighting it out, you stay away from the home because you don't want to be subject to that, it's a little bit more understandable. If there's a no contact order arising out of a criminal case, it's understandable. You have to leave. There was an order of the court. But you get the point that I'm making. Unless you've got a legitimate reason for doing it that is understandable, your departure might be used against you as the analysis of custody is undertaken. It doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily lose custody, but it's something you're going to have to answer. And you're going to have good answers for it and a good reason why you did that, so that the court will not be unduly prejudiced by your departure. Because that's the kind of thing that can make the court think that maybe they should rely on the other person for custody. If you have any questions about your case, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.